Yeah, so the zero COVID policy is that Xi Jinping, the dictator of China, has decided that China will not get COVID. It's not this pandemic approach that the West or other countries have decided to deal with, in that they're going to vaccinate the populace, open things up, and live with it, whether it be masks at certain times or social distancing at times, or certain types of things will close down and open up in certain intervals. That's not what they decided. They decided that there isn't allowed to be COVID in China. So you get QR codes. You're blocked off from going places. They shut down cities, provinces, roads. They punish people, arrest people for leaving their house. It is the full-on kind of chaotic nightmare that started in the beginning with COVID in China, and they've brought it back and made it even more serious.
Yeah, it's really awful. Some of you may have seen these chaotic scenes that have been erupting on the streets of Shanghai. We're going to explain to you exactly what that's all about, because we've been doing a lot of research. We've been checking all of our facts, all of our details, and it's actually quite fascinating. I'd like to show you some things that have been appearing on some, big LED signs. Now, here's the little trick. As a foreigner living in China, if you do not understand the language and you can't read Chinese, you'd see something like that up there and you'd be like, oh, it's probably an advert or something, right?
Yeah.
You wouldn't actually know what it's saying. But when you can actually read what these things say, it shows you perhaps a side of China that you would prefer to ignore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for those of you who can't see this, there's a big sign. And the first thing it says is, do not express pandemic-related opinions online.
That's just crazy, though. Like, honestly, let's dwell on that for a second. Mm-hmm. It's like if you saw a billboard over the highway, they put those PSA billboards like click it or get a ticket, or don't drive high or drunk or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Which I can get. Like, you want to prevent people dying and stuff.
What was it? Get hammered, get nailed or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my favorite,
That was a good one.
Yeah.
I never understood that one. Remember that one when we lived in California? It was like, don't drive high or wrong way or something?
Yeah, don't drive wrong way.
What does that mean? Were you going to drive in the wrong lane?
I always thought it was that, yeah.
Is that an epidemic?
Maybe it is.
Anyway,
yeah.
What I'm trying to say is, imagine you're driving down the highway and you see this billboard and it says, don't talk against the government on the internet. Can you just imagine that on the highway?
Yeah, it's terrible. So do not express then. The next one says, watch your own mouth or face harsh punishment.
Yeah.
Okay?
I love that.
I
don't love that.
No, of course not. But I mean,
incredible.
It literally is telling you, be careful of what you say, or you will be punished.
Yeah.
This is not something you want your government telling you. I'll tell you that much.
No.
Especially when you know that the government can enforce these things.
For sure. I got this low voice now. I want to try reading this.
Okay.
Spies are among us. Leaks may happen in an instant.
Spies.
Like, read that, though. Like, that's insane.
They are so concerned about their international image, the Chinese government, right? That this is the kind of messaging they're putting to the Chinese people. Be careful, they are spies. Like, what do you mean spies?
What spies? What spies? The spies that... You know what this means?
What?
And you can link it directly to the previous one, right? What this actually means is a spy is a person in China that's talking about the lockdowns on Weibo.
Yeah.
That's what a spy is to the Chinese government.
Somebody who says bad things about the zero COVID policy is now considered a spy.
Not even bad things. Anything.
Yeah.
Do not speak about the epidemic online.
Yeah.
Right?
You have to see this, the mentality and the mental gymnastics that are going on here. Is that somebody who would put online bad information about what's happening with zero COVID policy must be a foreign spy. Because only a foreign spy would want to talk bad about the Chinese government.
There's actually a really good parallel to this, to the Great Translation movement.
Yeah, which we'll talk about later. There's some big development there.
Big time. But you just a little aside on that. This is very much reminiscent of that when state media said, holy shit, this is doing a lot of damage to our reputation.
Yeah.
So this must be foreigners or spies or just a handful of Chinese people that are working together with foreign governments or whatever.
That's right. It's great. It's crazy. Anyway, let's see. Another one that comes out there is, do not enter or leave Beijing without permission.
Yeah.
So this is in Beijing, the capital, of course. Everybody knows that's the capital of China. Now, it's kind of like, imagine you're currently living in, I don't know, let's choose where's an interesting, like Chicago or something.
Sure.
And they put up billboards and stuff around saying, do not enter or leave Chicago without permission.
Yeah.
Okay, do not talk about the COVID online. You see, people wonder why, everyone thinks China did so well with COVID. Oh, we didn't hear about anything from there. It's only find, they've only got like 800 people ever died of it or whatever, some stupidly small number.
You can see this now,
Yeah.
right?
Do you understand why? People are not allowed to talk about it. People are not allowed to go online and say what's happening. People are not allowed to leave the bloody city without permission.
Yeah. So you can see this, like, just from these signs, very telling in how China's attitude's been this entire time. It's very, very transparent, ironically, in how it's actually dealing with this. It doesn't want any information to get out. And if you do post anything online, and I'm not even talking about reaching out to people like us.
Yeah.
If you post anything like, I wish I could get my vegetables on time, you're a spy.
Yeah.
I'm not dramatizing this. This is what it's like, scare tactics in Mao's Red Scare.
Yeah, it's like, don't, suffer in silence is what they're saying.
Yeah.
Don't let the world know you're suffering because it'll make China look bad. You'll be smearing China.
These signs, smearing China. These signs, paired with the whole thing we're going to show later, shows so obviously that this is not about saving lives anymore in China, and it's completely politics from Xi Jinping.
Absolutely.